Well, it's a nice evening here in central Monrovia. It's exactly 8 minutes past 5 Liberian time. And of course, I'd love to say a pleasant good evening and a warm welcome to the US-based Focus on Liberia online television network. We are live and direct from Central Town. Like I told you earlier on, I'm currently at CO. CO is the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions. This is where the comrades will converge on a daily basis to talk about issues about Liberia. And so we are back again to sample the views of Liberians on a particular subject. Well, as you may know, quite recently, Air Chief of Staff Major General Prince C. Johnson said he received multiple text messages from people home and abroad asking him to stage a coup and made President Weah's prolonged stay from the country. In an interview with OKFM, one of the local media outlets in Monrovia, General Johnson noted that the messages are from people in Liberia and the United States inciting him to stage a coup. While the Liberian Army Chief of Staff assured that the Army under his command will not engage into acts that will derail the peace and stability of this country, or our democracy, if you will. And so we've come to hear from Liberians. There has been mixed views, claims and counterclaims about the revelation made by the Army Chief of Staff. And so, again, we're here to engage with the audience, ordinary Liberians, if you will. And so, from wherever you are joining us, whatever you're doing at the moment, I'd love to say welcome to the US-based Focus on Liberia online television network. Let me just give you a bit of history, then we'll come to our topic for discussion on today. Let me just drill you through a little bit. On April 1, 1985, Colonel Moses M.D. Plazamiton, Deputy Chief of the Executive Mansion Guards, appeared on ELTV then to confess to a plot. According to him, there were some opposition parties executives who promised to reward him with $1 million upon the assassination of President Samuel K. Doe. It was alleged that the president assured him that when he and his co-conspirators came up for trial, he, Doe, would make sure that he would be exonerated. Plazamiton went on to name his alleged accomplices, all opposition party leaders. They were arrested, brutalized, and paraded naked on television. But in a coup plot gone weary, Plazamiton never survived and became victim of the game plan, dying in the process. I just thought to refresh your mind a little bit on history, because this is in relation to what we are about to talk about here at the moment. And so, welcome all of you who are coming on. Invite a friend to come on as we go about this interaction with ordinary Liberians here in Monrovia, folks. Air General Prince C. Johnson made a revelation quite recently. So what do you make of that? Do you think his revelation was timely at this point in time? Do you think it was prudent for the man who controls the army to have made such revelation? We want to know from Liberians as they come to tell us their own position about the subject under discussion today. And so, once again, I'm just here at CO. CO is the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions. See, it's just opposite Sampit. Sampit is also an intellectual forum where all of the guys will come on a daily basis to deliberate on issues about Liberia, of course. And so I'm just in between the two intellectual forums. And so very shortly, the comments will come on. They are in queue, very upbeat, to speak with focus on Liberia about the topic under discussion very shortly. And so all of you who are coming on, once again, I'd love to say welcome. Thanks for joining us. Invite a friend to come on as we speak with Liberians. Ever Chief of Staff Major General Prince C. Johnson said he received multiple text messages from people home and abroad asking him to stage a coup and made President Weah's prolonged stay from the country. He made that revelation on one of the local media in country on yesterday, folks. And so we are here to sample the views of Liberians about Major General Johnson's assertions or revelations. And so the very first man who will respond to that is this gentleman. Welcome, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Good to have you once again on the US-based Focus on Liberia online television network. How are you today?
Well, I am fine. It's a great pleasure being with you. My name is Musa S.B. Dore, senatorial aspirant in Monserrado County, a political activist in Liberia.
Dolly, Major General Prince C. Johnson said he received multiple text messages from people home and abroad asking him to stage a coup and made President Weah's prolonged stay from the country. What do you make of that? Do you think his revelation was timely?
Well, for me, I feel that the Chief of Staff is in serious error, and I want to categorically condemn his analysis and his approach.
Did I hear you say error?
Yeah, he's in serious error.
How?
In the sense that we talk about national security of the country, and that the Chief of Staff should be the last man when it comes to security in this country to speak. We have the police, we have the immigration, we have other security apparatus, we have the joint security. I believe that that particular issue should go to what you call the National Security Council for discussion, and not to just come up wrongly to speak that to the public. What the Chief of Staff did is that he instilled fear in the Liberian people. He has created panic for the Liberian people. The Chief of Staff was doing the right thing, but the wrong way, sincerely speaking. So, in that, to come up wrongly and just say Liberia abroad, and calling him to overthrow the president, people in Liberia telling him to overthrow the president, I believe that he did it out of ignorance. He did it out of what you call misappropriation. He did it out of lack of exposure and experience. But the Chief of Staff is not experienced to be a Chief of Staff.
Dolly, do you think he was telling the truth?
I don't even believe that he's saying the truth. He's just trying to what? He's trying to fake loyalty to the president. He's not saying the truth, sincerely speaking. He's trying to maybe manufacture loyalty to the president. To jeopardize the security of Liberia and to instill fear in the people of Liberia. And I think his action was very wrong.
Do you also believe that people both home and away who want to see the president out as a result of the coup?
You know, we are in a political environment. People everywhere will want to see the president in power. People everywhere will want to see the president out of power. So it's just a normal thing in democracy. So he said that people call him from abroad. How his number went abroad? People call him from here. How his number went to the people? So you got to be real. The Chief of Staff should be questioned. The Chief of Staff should be investigated. The Chief of Staff should be charged for sedition. The Chief of Staff should be charged for mutiny. In this country, you can't play phone with the president's security, and you can't play phone with the Liberian people. We are talking about the security of the Liberian people. You don't joke with it. Any phony statement from the Chief of Staff could lead to war. Any phony statement from the president, from the Chief of Staff, could lead to what you call a danger for the president. So you cannot risk the life of the president. So the Chief of Staff should be thoroughly investigated by the president. He should be called to what you call the National Council of Security to follow big question that he analyzed on reckless and erratic analysis made against the Liberian people. That's how they work in the Liberia. Other irresponsible people in the country never make well proper analysis. They point at people, they lie on people. At the end of the day, they said, this other man wants to overthrow, this other man wants to do that. It led to what? 14 years they were crashing in Liberia. I feel that the chief of staff is very inexperienced. He lacks the competence, the ability to be a chief of staff. We know that he took physical training, but he lacked the technical experience and competence to be a chief of staff of this country. The chief of staff should be what? Thorough the question. If possible, be charged of mutiny. If possible, be charged of sedition. You cannot break the democracy of Liberia. In this country, as per Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution, all power is inherent to the people. So the people has the power. As per Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution, the people have the right to assemble. They have the right to assembly in a peaceable manner. If there is any issue like a riot, what the chief of staff should do is to communicate the information with the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, the Director of our National Security, the DAA, and the entire joint security, so that they can provide maximum. They should make sure that those who protesting, those who carry on rally, should go through the proper channel by obtaining permit.
Musa Dole, thank you so
in the process, those that carry on the rally should be guarded, but not a chief of staff should come in a sweeping statement, groggly, ignorant statement, in order to jeopardize the security, the national security, the peace that we are enjoying, the fragile peace, and to break the security of the president. It was very wrong on the part of the chief of staff.
Thank you, Dole.
Thank you.
Musa Dole, thank you very kindly for speaking with us. Thank you very kindly. While you're still watching the US-based Focus on Liberia Online Television Network, we are live and direct from Central Monrovia, where we've come again to speak with Liberians. Well, as you may know, folks, the Chief of Staff, Major General Prince C. Johnson, made a revelation on yesterday on one of the local media outlets, where he said he received scores of text messages of people home and abroad asking him to stage a coup following President Weah's prolonged stay from the country. What do you make of that? Let me ask you.
Thank you very much. Before Estate, my name is Reverend Sebi Molubab, local community of Liberia. And I have done my own analysis, critical analysis. In politics, we have tools. We have what we call observation, analysis, and what we call survey. I have done my survey and analysis on the statement by the Chief of Staff.
Yeah.
I'm an ex-soldier from the Armed Forces of Liberia.
Great.
I lived in Monrovia for quite a few years. I understand the tactics and dynamics of the army. I served the army for 30 years. The Chief of Staff, I can't say he's in the wrong, but he need to be careful in his statement. Very careful, because we are living in a setting where we are just in a war. What you have done as the Chief of Staff of the state, looking at this fragile piece and looking at the economic system in the country,
all right,
where people are complaining of food and salary payment.
Yeah.
When making statements, the Chief of Staff, you need to be very careful. What you have done was to consult the Justice Minister,
all right,
who is the chairman of Joint Security, and say, look, Justice Minister, I want to compare this with you. These are information I received from outside the diaspora, and also inside that should go to this government. But for me, I am not a part. I'm not interested in going to this government. I'm not a part. But what can we do to handle this situation? All of the officials of security apparatus will get involved in the discussion, and then we should have kept that as a secret on the day the president arrived, and then bring his facts and evidence to the president. Then from there they will discuss, the Chief of Staff, the president, and the rest of the people that are involved will discuss the issue, how they're going to handle the issue here. But I can't invite anyone now to carry out protest in this country, or even taking, let's say, city of coup. It will affect our country more than ever before. What we can do to remove the Weah from power, those of us that don't want him to be in power anymore again. We'll use the debate, we'll debate an issue, and destroy the issue, and then we're going to the ballot box and want to get Jawia out of the picture. We should all join hands together this coming election 2023. Resist the CDC and the party from going to power by one. Going to the ballot box.
Let me ask you this question as a former military personnel.
Yeah.
If the revelation is true, what should be done to those people who are calling on the army chief to overthrow?
They should be brought to justice.
But in the first place, do you believe his revelation is true?
The chief of staff he's an important personality in this country.
All right.
I don't think he can lie.
Okay.
I don't think he will lie. These are facts. I want to believe these are facts that he has for him to convince the great populace and say, yes, of course, indeed there are individuals who are interested in altering this government. But I will advise, to conclude, I will advise that, look, no Liberian should involve himself in altering Jawia government. All we can do is, maximum forces, politically, and resist the 2023 election to the ballot box. They remove Jawia to the ballot box. Not by the means of gun or altering government here.
Okay.
We're not interested in protest or altering government here. We're interested in going to the ballot box and discuss the issue.
Thank you. Your name again?
Sandy Moluba. Most people come to Liberia.
Thank you very kindly. It was a pleasure having you on this network. You're watching the US-based Focus on Liberia Online television network. Gentlemen, all of you will speak. Just hold on a little bit. Let's do it one at a time. Please exercise some patience. Thank you. Welcome. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Gabriel King. We are on KV Street right here to the Electoral Center.
All right. What did you make of the revelation from the Army Chief of Staff on yesterday?
The first thing, when I saw it from the Defense Ministry, the Chief of Staff comment, looking left, is not how the problem comes. Because problem will always come. But the way you handle the problem, that what made you man, or made you chief of staff, or may you say, yes, the person is president, or yes, the person is leader. The comment the chief of staff made, I think it was very, very political, wrong. The first thing, chief of staff, that somebody who can just talk loosely. And you know our history of the country. And not being you know our history. And he wanted a partaker in our country. Prince C. Johnson, we know. If they go, you go to airback training, the people you go to school, the people rehabilitated, everything when you ready to come on stage and say anything, it should be refined. He not talk the chief of staff. The first thing, that statement was very, very political. He's saying that anybody can disturb the peace of the country, no matter where you're coming from, it will be, ain't no that kind of, look, we know our history. You are not powerful more than Master Sami do. All I wanted, he said it, nothing else, the people, that the people get the country. So to me, he was not correct. He got to come back to the Liberian people and apologize. The first thing, he said people from abroad and yes, we are secret. How about all year now?
Let me ask you, Abel, what do you think his statement is political? What's political about the statement?
The way he look, the way he put on the statement, people home from people abroad and home sending text message or telling to go and overthrow. We got one more year, less than a year to election. What we will go overthrow President we are for? No, we will not overthrow President we are with you. The Democratic mean to unseat President we are. So that statement where it was political, maybe he won't favor. Can you believe that there was a secret recording that came up for him before saying nothing? When people go back to him, people don't get anything. There was a secret recording that all over we know about it, and we know what he said to the soldier. So when you come in there, now I always say any position you in. Now what my brother telling me, Facebook people posting, no. Facebook people in the street are not the same, and not how the problem come, because problem will always come. When the problem come, the way you handle it, what may you chief of staff, or may you family member, or may you woman, or may you man. Because problem will always come. But the way you handle it, the way you handle the problem, make Liberian people that get some. I'm talking about party men who that many party different human beings. They get love, but for all we get love for the country.
Okay.
So he got to come back to the Liberian people and apologize to us.
Thank you very kindly. Well, let's talk to another gentleman here who has been patiently waiting. It's a pleasure. Good to have you on this network. Thanks for joining us. What is the name, sir?
Thank you very much.
You want to please be audible?
Activist on Liberia. And a son of grandkid found.
All right. What do you make of the revelation from the Army Chief of Staff on yesterday? Do you believe he's telling the truth, or it's a game? What do you think?
Thank you very much. There's a saying that says that whenever you see smoke, there's a possibility of fire. I want to get on saying when I listened to the Chief of Staff statement yesterday, I knew that there are people in this country who are more desperate for the presidency. And I can assure you, I want to say thanks for him for unveiling the secret of those opposition who don't want us to go to the ballot boxes to exercise our right and make George Weah the second-term president.
What do you mean? What do you mean, family?
There are more opposition in this country. They feel intimidated by the presence of George Weah. They're thinking that when they tax the defense minister or the chief of staff of this country, he will take actions that will have the propensity to undermine our democracy. But I can tell them about it, gone are those days where politicians will use the other
Family, back to my previous question. Back to my previous question, family. Yeah. I'm asking you, do you believe he's telling the truth or it's a game? What do you think?
It's not a game. It's the truth that he's telling.
All right.
And he have love for this country. Because to see our chief of staff of the Republic of this nation to unveil the secret that is beyond in darkness by those so-called call themselves politicians who desperate, more especially for the presidency, but they are not going through the let's say the immense requisite procedures for the presidency comes 2023. But they want to take tax the chief of staff of this republic to see how best to undermine the fragile peace that we have. It's a truth. So that's the reason why he's coming out to unveil it to the presidency, making us to know that's the situation that's happening. These are the people that are texting me. These are the people that say I should do this.
Okay. Do you think he should be investigated to show proof?
He don't have to be investigated because he has love for this country. He has serious love for this country.
Why he should not be investigated?
He has love for this country.
Why you think he should not be investigated?
Because the reason why he should not be investigated because he has love for this country.
Okay.
And by even coming up with a portfolio and a decision and that of his sincerity that he brought to the discourse towards our country, he's a true patriot of this nation. So for me, in my mind, he don't have to be investigated.
Okay.
It tells us that people behind the scene, their desperateness for the position, for the presidency, are more than even for them to go through the ballot box. Because you know why? Comes 2023, let me be clear with you, with the amount of development, with the situation unfolding in this country, with the proceeding of President Weah, projects and implication and implementing some of the projects that unfolding currently, I can tell you President Weah will go for 12 years. So the guys don't want for them to go for election. They said that deal with the chief of staff, that control him, that try to corrupt his mind, that what they did yesterday with EJ Raw against the people on the basis of the 500,000 loan.
Okay,
that took from Great Britain are coming.
Let me ask you finally, we have other comments in the queue.
It make the Liberian people to go against
Let's try to ration the time.
Use him like a keke dog in this country.
Are you still disenchanted as a sedition?
I'm not disenchanted. I'm not disenchanted. I'm a Liberian. I'm a sedition. And I believe that George Weah will go for 12 years.
You're on record for expresses some level of disenchantment.
That's the reason
I have that record. Are you still disenchanted?
All it takes, you got to disappear, reappear, and subsequently appear.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Family. It was a pleasure having you on this network while you're watching the US-based Focus on Liberia online television network. Another gentleman is here. Let's rush in the time, gentlemen. At least a minute. Welcome. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon, Veteran Theo, and good afternoon to Commerce Commando Cadre militants of the Protocol Street.
McLean, you've been following all of the issues here in country. On yesterday, the Chief of Staff made some revelations. What do you think? Do you think he's telling the truth? You think it's real?
Thank you so kindly. If you were to look at the statement made by the Chief of Staff, you will look at, the first thing you look at, what prompted the Chief of Staff to make such a statement? What are the only tools that led the Chief of Staff to make such a statement? The reason why, in my mind, I believe the Chief of Staff came out to make that statement, it was because of the most outspoken ANC propagandists that we have now in our country that is propagating the message of the ANC. And who is this person? He is ex-security advisor to Charles Mahanda Ganga Tera and I serve under the agency of the government as the press, the information minister, and also later on went to represent our country, I think to the United Nations or so. My point here is what prompted the Chief of Staff to make that statement. As such, I stand cautious, I stand unbendable, I stand unchangeable, I stand untouchable to condemn in a stronger term the statement made by the Chief of Staff. Mind you, the statement made by the Chief of Staff have the proclivity, have the audacity, have the animosity, have the honor to unstable our country in less than a second, and also just by just investor from this country. And as such, at that junction now, which you have the Chief of Staff going on a thorough investigation of where that statement came from, who were those that saying text messages. Let me tell you something. The peace that we all are enjoying here, and the peace is on our shoulder. You can't have a Chief of Staff that have been paid by the Liberian people taxpayer money to make sweeping statement or reckless statement to us here in this country. Mind you, if Liberians were impatient, if Liberians want to go back to war, the statement made by the Chief of Staff who have put us on the street here, the statement made by the Chief of Staff who have allowed some of us to throw our bed on our head, the statement made by the Chief of Staff who have fragile the peace that we are enjoying in this country. And mind you, the statement made by the Chief of Staff who have devoured the little army we have here in this country. Why the Chief of Staff made such a statement? He has said to me, the Chief of Staff don't understand Theo Arrow. The Chief of Staff don't understand Theo Arrow. Why you must be more political, they must be more intelligent. Mind you, we are aware that in all countries around us here, there are threats, military coup d'etat, going from Burkina Faso, Mali, Nestor, Guinea. For a Chief of Staff to make that statement, he has said to me, he had the rock in his hand, like in the Liberian vernacular. We will say that in fact, when a blind man say I will tongue you, that blind man already have a rock in his hand. The Chief of Staff have an honor motive, and that motive must be erected. That motive must be killed by our popular opinion. That motive must not restaurate at the consciousness of Liberia.
Okay.
That motive must die a perpetual death.
Thank you.
In conclusion, I said to President Weah, you have to return. I don't support President Weah, but I support the peace and stability of our country.
Thank you,
Thank
McLean.
you so kind of activist, McLean Renner.
Thank you, McLean Randa. It's a pleasure having you on this network.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. How are you, my brother?
I'm good.
What is your name?
Tutamong from CEO.
What do you make of the revelation from the Army Chief of Staff?
You see, in the first place, the scientific method of investigation is not concerned with sentiment.
All right.
It's concerned with the empirical evidence. So if we allow for sentiment to override the discussion, then we'll be suffocated by the subterranean thing of desultory automotive.
You think who's being sentimental here?
In the first place, the reason, the way people are discussing it, they are taking the issue, they are being highly sentimental. In the first place, overthrowing government is not something that some American will send will text message to. If somebody wants to overthrow government, you people have to meet in a secret area. So the whole thing is a chicanery, it's a shenanigan, it's not intended to put fear in the opposition community.
So you think it's not telling the truth?
Indeed, it's not true. Nobody will tell you to go overthrow government. I'm not a security man. I'm a student of of revolutionary science.
All right.
I read sufficiently when it comes to revolutionary science. The whole thing is a clandestine activity. You don't know who controls the network. They say somebody will test you. It's a diabolical lie.
So do you think he should be called or he should be investigated to name those who he claimed texted him?
Of course, let's bring it to both. They actually tell us who tested him because we are about to go to election. These guys have already failed. This government have already failed. They need to start packing to lead the executive marshal.
All right.
You understand? So these are declaratory that these guys are playing. But for us, we are rest sufficiently. We have played the patience of this way. We saw what Samuel Doe did here. You understand? It's possible that what these guys want to do. The whole thing is a diabolical lie. Nobody will test you to go and overthrow government. If somebody wants to test you, if somebody wants for you to overthrow government, the person will meet you in a secret area for you to discuss it. Like Chief of Staff, let him go to the Senate and tell the Liberian people, let him name, people who were involved. This guy must start playing with our life. Yeah, these guys should start playing with. They should start saying that order and start lying here. That is a diabolical lie. You understand? It's my opinion. It's a diabolical lie.
Okay.
Let him come, and convince the Liberian people and tell them, say, who tested him? Nobody will test you to go overthrow. You know who control the media. You know who control the internet. Then you can say somebody what the guy think that the thing that we speak here. This government has literally failed. They should start packing to lead. They should start packing the executive marshal. The time for us to talk, the time coming. The time with this thing. My name is Tutamong from CEO.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Very kindly, Liberians are speaking. Let's talk to our brother here. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. What is your name? You have to be audible. Let's hear you. We're in a noisy environment. Just try to project your voice a little bit. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Schwartz Lincoln.
Yeah. Your name again?
Schwartz Lincoln.
All right. What do you make of the statement from the Army Chief of Staff? Do you think he's telling the truth?
Yeah, talking the truth. Because since you've been in this country, you never said that before. If he can say it,
all right,
it's something that he saw.
Okay.
So really, we need for those that say it and send this fresh message to come and and they want to prove themselves what they are saying is.
Okay. Thank you. Well, you're still watching the US-based Focus on Liberia Online Television Network. I'm just between CEO and SEMPI. CEO is the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions, while SEMPI is the promotion of intellectual development, the Center for the Promotion of Intellectual Development. And the comrades are in a very long queue. I will do my best to at least talk to all of them. Let's talk to you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
How are you?
I'm okay. Good to have you. I'm sure you've been following. What do you make of the statement from the Army Chief of Staff? Do you think he's telling the truth? Or he's playing game here?
First of all, my name is Christopher Itape, a resident of Kawe. The statement from the Chief of Staff is true. because we have been hearing from the Pharaoh at Taisha. We have been hearing from the Pharaoh at Taisha. We have been hearing from the street corner that the president for the 8 days out of the country will bring predicament in the country. So politicians are all around talking around saying that they will assassinate the president or come and overthrow the president. So while the Army Chief of Staff is talking, it's factual. It's some good information that the Army Chief of Staff.
But do you think there's a need for him to be called, you know, to name those who he claimed texted him to overthrow the government or the president?
Yes, he's a man on his own, and he's a good man, and also a chief of staff of the army. So while he was talking about his factual news, he was talking about the government need to call him, and I think he was best, you know, to say what he's going to say to the government.
Okay, thank you. Your name again?
My name is Christopher Dawayitape, a resident of Kawa.
Thank you, Chris. It's been a wonderful time having you on. Thank you very kindly. I see my big brother. I see my big brother, Maja Vani Bwese Kroman here. All right. We're still here, folks. We are still here downtown Monrovia, interacting with Liberians. Let's talk to another gentleman who has been in the queue for some time now. Welcome, how are you? Good to have you. Thanks for joining us. What is your name?
Thank you very much. I'm Moses Sheridan.
Moses, please be audible. Let's hear you.
I'm Moses Sheridan. You getting me now?
Yeah, great. What do you make of the revelation coming from the AFA Chief of Staff? Do you think he's telling the truth?
The microphone just called out with me and I got to respond.
All right.
And I'm just an ordinary man trying to live. But the assertion from the Chief of Staff, it's good to come up as a Chief of Staff to conscientize the people about the peace of the country. But where caught my attention now is that going ahead saying that people in and out of Liberia texted him, they're on the phone with him, saying that he should overthrow the president in the president absent.
The stage of
draw
coup.
a line of treason.
All right.
Huh? It draw a line of treason. Now, what I want for the people, for the public to look at, let's take the thing out of politics. The Chief of Staff have that sensitive information. They have the NSC, the National Security Council, comprising of the Justice Ministry, National Security Agency, the Liberia National Police, and other security apparatus. They always have meetings, they always have briefings. And you have the chief spokesperson people for the army, which is the Defense Ministry. The Chief of Staff having that sensitive information, they didn't share it with the other people to come up with something that at least those people that have been texting so that they can be caught.
All right.
They just came out with a statement. Now, what I really want my recommendation is the Chief of Staff is very brief. The whole country now, the presidency has been elected.
All right.
You understand me? The president is away, hearing that kind of information, it's very elected that indeed there is a coup in the making. And the Chief of Staff statement has supposed the presidency. You understand me? So what we want to do is that...
Do you think he should be investigated?
They should work hard. They should work hard to bring out some other people in and out of Liberia. Because you look at the thing like the Chief of Staff has been in conversation with the people. From my own analysis.
All right.
How will people just wake up one day and text you no? Even the text he's talking about, it was not a one-day text. Maybe he had been in conversation with other people, and maybe it come to the point. That's what I'm just saying from my own point of view.
Okay.
It come to the point that, you know, they sent up Unaho, so it came up. But it's not just a one-day something that somebody texts you, say, oh, overthrow the president, no. He's been in conversation with other people. So we asking the Chief of Staff to name those people. You have already made the people to get on their life. First thing, collect the information, conceal it, take it to your colleagues to investigate it. At the end of the day, you come out with your findings, start grabbing the people. Nobody ever support anybody for overthrowing any government in Liberia. Our Moses can never support anybody to overthrow or sit at government. But what I'm saying is that the chief of staff being a chief of staff who control the barrack. I think in 5 years time, the chief of staff will be talking yesterday that in 5 years time there have been enormous support for the military. But the chief of staff in 5 years time, he cannot tell all this ostensive support that come to the army. But only today, in 5 years time, to tell that the raise of coup, people tell, you know, he's a pro suspect.
Do you think he's being more political?
He's a pro suspect. We should hold him, at least asking some questions. It's not bad. We're not bringing him to public with people. But what he said, our judgment in our security is on the land. Mind you, when there's a coup in this country, who suffer? The common people. You understand me? So the chief of staff should come up more to tell us about the particular coup. Those people that texted him in Liberia now. But now, those people he's talking about should be arrested. And brought to investigation. So the chief of staff statement, he gives a conscious thousand about violence, it's not bad. But where he's talking about coup, that people texted him, that thing need to be investigated.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Moses Khan, thank you very kindly. It was a pleasure. Let's talk to another big brother who is always here at CEO to speak out on all of the issues about Liberia. Welcome. Tell us the name, please.
By introduction, I'm Alfred Momokanabekuma.
What do you make of the revelation from the AFL Chief of Staff on yesterday? Do you think he's telling the truth?
You know, it's very saddening and frustrating. The statement from the Chief of Staff is very unprofessional. He is not disciplined, he is not trained as a military personnel. And he don't understand his 11 general principle leadership. Because if you do understand that, the statement he made, you will not make that statement. But I believe he's not true and he's not the truth. So they consider the statement is very unprofessional. The first thing, if you say people from the diaspora and even at home, give your test or send your test that you will overthrow the government. Can you make those people available? If going for security briefing? But again, the society he finds himself, so he takes advantage of the society and also the government. Because if there was a mature government that respects security value, but now they are calling for questioning. But now he's all the answering the question to tell us why he said to overthrow. And you should be in the position to identify those people who are going to overthrow government. But again, because he's dealing with a responsible government who lack the capacity of administration, so they don't understand anything about administration, so they just make loose statement and he think they're going with impunity. And he'll go with impunity because he's dealing with ill-fated minded people who don't understand anything about government. Moreover, if I was president of this country, by now, I have ordered the arrest of the chief of staff. I have ordered the arrest of the chief of staff, and he will be behind bars and tell us why he thinks that the people want to go.
You think the president have that right?
The president got it right.
He has the power to do so?
The president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. You understand? He is just a subordinate soldier. He is subject to order as a chief of staff. He's not involved in the defense minister when it comes to ranking, when it comes to assignment. You understand? Maybe assignment, but ranking. He's not involved in the defense minister. If the defense minister can be fired or question who is the chief of staff or who is the commanding general. The commanding general controls the army. He's just a non-entity. But because he lacks the capacity of understanding.
Seems like you have some military education.
Of course, yes. I'm a former military personnel. I'm trained to this team. I understand my 11 general order. You understand? From 1 to 11. Anything that I do in the army, I can better defend myself when it comes to the general order. So, based on my general order, based on my ethical value, with respect to the understanding of the army or the security science, he make a very irresponsible statement. He could not make that document statement. But again, I said it, the kind of place we find ourselves, the government in power, the president in the mansion, the surrounding, they are empty. They don't know anything about security. All they know when people protesting them go waste and on you and throw around on you and naked you, that's all they know. They're not trained. So the chief of staff just make any kind of good statement.
But as I said, if our president by now, he under arrest.
Okay.
He will be under arrest and tell me why he didn't want to overthrow. And you identify those people who want to overthrow me. You understand? The man why he has gone to Liberia, he has created a security fragile for us. Our life is no more safe. Liberian life no more safe. You understand? It means that anything can happen to us at any time. So as a chief of staff, he controls the army. Then he's speaking like one scoreboard from West Point. Is that the way he's supposed to speak? I'm disappointed in the chief of staff. And if our president, the first thing I was saying and calling for investigation when he cannot prove anything and dismiss him and charge him. And charge him saying the court martial. I'll court martial him.
Okay.
You understand? But because the society will find ourselves. Moreover, the issue of making reference to protester, again, he's very irresponsible. He targeting only the opposition. And the way he spoke, I can deduce from his statement that he only targeting opposition. He did not really, the statement he made was, he was not intended to speak to the government or citizen. He was targeting opposition. So I want to use this occasion to...
He said everyone.
No, the matter point he spoke, I can better analyze the way he spoke. I have the capacity to analyze.
That is your opinion, though, but he was...
I have the capacity to analyze the way he spoke. So I'm saying, I'm using the occasion to warn him, to give strong warning. He should never even be a thing or dream that he can take the army from the barrier and come in the street to get an end of surveillance. And the time by him, that will be the end of him. I can assure him that will be the end of him. We are militants, we are ready, we are trained, we are grown up, we are here to defend ourselves at all times. So as such, any response that may made or any attempt by him to come after any piece of surveillance who want to protest for their right, he will be apprehended, he will be arrested, he will be detained, he will be charged by surveillance. We can assure him that.
Do you think his revelation is because of the plain protest by the opposition?
That's what I foresee. But again, he's very irresponsible. Because if you only thinking about people who say we want to protest, that's a reason in making the statement. Again, you have to be professional. Which man's statement cannot be to come out to make a responsible statement against yourself? He's not trained. The man is not trained. As a chief of staff, I don't know what he get a training for. I don't know which military school he went to. I did not go to foreign school. And everything I know military, I learned from right Liberia. But I'm more trained, disciplined than him. I'm more trained, qualified more than him. But the statement he's not making, I did not go anywhere. But I'm sorry they say he went to America. Anyway, America is the kind of society they get school for any kind of people. They get school for any kinds of people. Dumb-headed people, who can comprehend when they get school for you. So I don't believe him. So maybe I wanted to buy a military school you want to in America.
Thank you, Kurman.
Because if I you're not making the kind of statement. Thank you very much.
Thank you very kindly for having your say. You're still watching the US-based Focus on Liberia online television network. Before me is another gentleman. Good to have you. Thanks for joining us. What is your name, sir?
My name is Abu Efufana, and a graduate of the same school you graduated from in Desiree
Well, I'm sure you've been following. What do you make of the statement from the Army Chief of Staff on yesterday?
Let me start by saying that the government of the Republic of Liberia that happens to be led by Dr. George Manawia need to be very, very more condescending, critical, logical, and rational enough, security-wise, to take on the kind of a statement that such a first-class citizen of the Bureau of Liberia make, which is the Army Chief of Staff.
Do you think he's actually telling the truth, or he's just playing some game here?
I don't have the privacy or the kind of document that may speak volume towards the statement that he's making.
All right.
But what I am saying, internationally, nationally, patriotically, He may be saying it in the interest of the government or in his interest. I cannot speak towards that. But what I am saying, that the president needs to be very, very much smart.
Do you think there's a need for the chief of staff to be investigated, perhaps to name those who he claimed texted him, both local and abroad?
Security-wise, it is true. And it is clear enough that per his statement, per my initial statement saying that the chief of staff, patriotically, he may be in the interest of the government, yes. Nationally, he may be in the interest of the Liberian people, yes. But to say that per what he said, per his statement, he needs serious interrogation.
Okay.
There should be serious interrogation. In the sense that if and only if he mentions such statement, he may say, oh, this is what they are saying that we should present to you. This is what the person say I should do to overtake or what, overthrow you. But in my own expert opinion, I will tell you, in a common man listening, that if it doesn't overthrow the government today, they may use others to overthrow the government. In so doing, it should be investigated, interrogated towards whoever led to him making such statement.
Thank you.
That's just my statement.
Your name again?
I am Abu F. Fufana.
Thank you, Fufana. It's a pleasure. Oh, it was a pleasure having you. Thank you very kindly. Well, you're still watching the US-based Focus on Liberia Online Television Network. We are live and direct from Carey Street, downtown Monrovia. I'm just between the two intellectual forums, CEO and that of SEMPI. SEMPI is the Center for the Promotion of Intellectual Development, while CEO is the Center for the Promotion of Intellectual Opinions. And so at these two intellectual forums, the guys will come here every morning, every day, to deliberate on all of the issues about Liberia. And so we've come again to speak with Liberians, as usual. And so very shortly we'll be winding down. But let me just bring you up to speed once again as per history. I'm sure all of you who were around would know exactly. On April 1, 1985, Colonel Moses M.D. Flazamitan, Deputy Chief of the Executive Management Guards, appeared on ELTV to confess to a plot. He said that some opposition parties' executives promised to reward him with $1 million upon the assassination of President Samuel Doe. It was alleged that the president assured him that when he and his co-conspirators came up for the trial, he would make sure they would be exonerated. Flazamitan went on to name his alleged accomplices. All opposition party leaders, they were arrested, brutalized, and paraded naked on national television. But in a cool plot, born a Ray, Flazamitan never survived and became victim of the game he planned, dying in the process. Could this be the case of the current Army Chief of Staff? Do you think he's telling the truth? And if so, do you think he needs to be investigated? Or perhaps to name those he claimed texted him both local and internationally to overthrow the president? Chiriku, we're still here. We'll talk to one or two more comrades, then we will wrap up. McLean, where are you? I spoke to you earlier.
It's a burning issue. It's also a burning issue. The market steers is in fear. The young boys are in fear. The motorcyclists are in fear. Our mothers that sell chicken and body in the market are in fear.
Fear for what?
Imagine a guy who sells shoes just met me just now. He said, McLean, what should I do? I have non-living children, and you have the chief of staff making such a statement. Are we coming to throw our law on our head? Are we? We are appealing to President Weah. We beg you, President Weah, do something. Come back home. Leave the jolly.
Thank you, McLean. Thank
Come
you.
back to Liberia.
Thank you.
That will
Thank you.
settle this problem.
Thank you.
Thank you so kindly.
Thank you. Thank you. You have to give others a chance. Thank you. You were here earlier on. Now you're back again. Thank you, McLean. Well, folks, it seems like we have to call it a quit now. I'm sure we've exhausted the queue. And yeah, we're talking about the revelation by the Army Chief of Staff. What do you make of the revelation from the Army Chief of Staff? Do you want to be audible, please? I can hear you. I can barely hear you.
Thank you so much. From Liberia.
All right.
In the kind of country where people are going up and down and even falling a daily bread.
Yeah.
They come about to get the chief of staff giving some statement. They scare me. They scare me.
All right.
They keep around my community. I try to bring investigation of what he's doing, asking people about it.
All right.
But I'm going to come out with an opinion. And then they say, in fact, the chief of staff trying to make it look good so that I bring people. You know what I'm saying? They say, chief of staff trying to make it look good so that I bring people. But now, if you say so, all become of us. Today, no war in the country. Sorry, stab me. What happened here? You know the war. The two-way war. What's happening to her?
So you think you should be investigated?
Proper investigation. And the information I give, man know the person about it. They just say, because bigger man the person, what you say, is a threat to the nation. So it's like you need proper investigation.
Okay, your name again? Thank you. Thank you. Let me get your opinion on what the Chief of Staff said. Welcome, how are you? Thanks for joining us. How are you? You've been talking here all day today. Let me hear you. My brother, how are you? All right, we're still here on Kerry Street. Let me talk to this elderly man. How are you, Dad? Welcome. What is your name?
My name is Vanik Pan.
Your name again?
Vanik Pan.
Vanik Pan?
Yeah.
How are you, Mr. Vanik Pan?
I'm fine.
I'm sure you've been following. On yesterday, the Army Chief of Staff made some revelation about people asking him to overthrow the president while he's away. What do you make of that? You were here, you follow history. What do you make of that statement?
Well, that statement is very threatening to the country.
It's threatening?
Very, very threatening. And the president should try very hard to put it under control immediately. Let him forget about friendship, let him forget about too much respect.
All right.
Let him do the work according to the security measures that is in place. Let him follow protocol because we have gone through those things a lot in this country.
All right.
And one thing I would like to tell him, I hope he gets this. One thing I would like to tell him, he's a very successful man in life. He's already blessed. Because how can you be a football player, people watching you playing football, and if this time around, you watching your son playing football as a president. Watching your son playing as a president. It means that you are blessed. You are blessed. And we continue to bless him. But he should not sit there and just say, well, this guy is very good to me and close doing the wrong thing. If he sits and follows the wrongdoing, you will feel the worst pain of it. So he should not follow it. The statement that our general made, they should dig behind it to the end.
All right, you think you should be investigator, right?
I think you should be dismissed immediately because it's a great threat.
Okay.
I believe, I really think that man should be dismissed. He should be dismissed.
Okay.
Because first of all, you should brief the president on what is happening and keep mute and wait for the president to come and let the president break wars with the people. But I don't know. He's breaking wars with the people on the radio station. And it's very threatening to us.
Okay. Your name again?
My name is Fanny Pan.
Okay, Mr. Pan, thank you very kindly.
I can stand for whatsoever I said here, anywhere, anytime.
Okay.
It's easy to get me.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we want to leave at this point, folks. It's been a wonderful time interacting with our Liberians here on Carey Street, CEO and St. Pete. They're both intellectual. And so we want to leave it at this point. Thank you very kindly for following Focus on Liberia online television. Thanks to all of you who are always glued to our network. And I can assure you, we'll do all we can to continue to adequately inform you, bring you all of the happenings in Liberia, in Monrovia, and its environs as well. And so thanks to the team, thanks to our hard-working CEO, Mr. Dennis Jah, who is in Atlanta, Georgia, the U.S. Thanks to Head of Operations, Mr. Anthony C. Thanks to our members of the Focus on Liberia crew. For and on behalf of the team, my name is Theo Williams here in Monrovia. Thanking you ever so much for being with us. Do have yourselves a wonderful time. Goodbye.